Hello fellow zombie fiends on YouTube. While the first Return of the Living Dead is dearly beloved in the horror community, the first sequel does not seem to get the same type of affection. I've always had great nostalgic fun memories of it, so let's revisit it and see how it holds up 30 years after its release. I am Torstein from Cinema Terror, and here's my review of Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Just when you thought it was safe to be dead.
The good old trioxin gas is back again. This time, a poorly secured barrel of the nasty gas drops out of an army truck and is discovered by some kids who of course get curious about what the barrel contains. They unleash the gas from the barrel, and soon the entire town is being overrun by undead zombies, lusting for fresh, warm human brains. That's basically it. Return of the Living Dead Part 2 takes no time in world building or setting up its characters. They rather try to go directly to the fun stuff, and wants to keep you entertained by all of the silly and campy stuff going on instead of attempting to get you emotionally invested. I guess the fast pace and fun atmosphere is what caught my attention as a kid, as I loved the film when I was younger. I actually saw this years before I got the opportunity to see the first film, which might just be because Return of the Living Dead was in fact banned in Norway at the time. Oh, and for those of you who might complain that the sequel is a bit too weak on the violence and gore parts, this actually got an 18 certification in Norway. Yeah, our censorship was crazy back in the VHS era. Anyways, this is not a regular sequel that continues the story of the original. Instead, it sort of starts all over again and can easily just have been called a remake. It even goes as far as having actors Tom Matthews and James Karen return as different characters that took callbacks to the original, and even deliver some of the exact same lines. I can understand that fans who wanted a continuation of the first one might be put off and disappointed by this, but it never bothered me that much at all. What did bother me was the lack of standout characters. While Karen and Matthews provide some fun, goofy comedy to it, they also get way too much screen time, considering how little part they actually play in the story. The real main characters does not get enough time to be fleshed out, and it felt like the filmmakers didn't really care to try in that regards either. I would have liked more time with Jesse, the curious and courageous kid of the film that should have been the main focus, and they should have done more for us to care about him. There should perhaps have been one or two friends for him that were at the same age, and they together could have went up against the zombies themselves. That would serve the younger audience that the film seemed to be targeting, and all of the adults in the film act like idiots anyway, and the only sense of intelligence does come from the children. The zombies, however, all looked pretty cool. They are not made up to be too disgusting, but feels a bit safe. And if you thought zombies started to run in 28 days later, then check out these guys as they run, use objects, and show some sign of intelligence.
Can you tell us where to go?
Come to the hospital.
They will not scare you, but they do help provide some entertaining comedy. The entire film has a bit of just go for it type of feel to it, disregarding the rules of the genre, and some of that might be contributed to some disputes on the set. Some of the cast and crew has been vocal about not being happy with the way this sequel went, and some has complained that director and screenwriter Ken Wiederhorn was less enthusiastic about this project than what a director should be. Perhaps that's due to his original script not being a Return of the Living Dead sequel, but a separate created zombie film that he wanted to make. While that might be a reason why the movie feels like it has a gung-ho, go-for-it approach, it might also explain why some of the scenes come off so sloppy. And you can see this in several of the scenes with the child actors, as they give good performances in some scenes, while in others they're just bad. And I'm not blaming the child actors at all. When you work with children, you have to be patient and give them the time they need, and it doesn't look like they always got that, unless they just weren't all that good, I don't know. They did have a decent budget to work with though, as a production budget of $6 million is not bad at all for a zombie film like this. It looks like the special effects took a big bite of that budget, as there are plenty of fun gags to be found everywhere, and the film overall looks pretty good. There was also some controversy regarding the soundtrack, as there were problems in regaining the rights for all of the songs for the American DVD release of the film. This has been fixed with the 2018 Blu-ray release from Scream Factory however, which, as to be expected by them, also contains plenty of special features and everything else you could wish for.
Alright, you dead bunch of sons of bitches. I'm Oh, you're tired, ugly asses right back to hell.
The Return of the Living Dead 2 is a fun, campy, entertaining 80s zombie film. I think this is a film that can be enjoyed more by the younger, aspiring horror fans in the early teens. Although if you are a parent and are considering showing this to a kid, then beware that there are a few gory scenes in it, and you have to be comfortable with a kid character in the movie using a gun. For the experienced horror fan, this film is able to provide enough delightful stuff in it to make it worth your while. Just don't go into it expecting a dirty, nasty film about the undead rising from the graves or anything on the same level as the first film. The Return of the Living Dead 2 gets a positive score of 3 out of 5. Now I know there are others out there who have seen this film. Are you fan of the sequel, or are you in a group that disliked it? We all know there are countless of other zombie films out there from the 80s, but are there any you feel are underrated and needs more recognition? Recommend Zombies Away in the comment section below. While not a zombie film, I would recommend that you check out my review for Cameron's Closet, also from 1988. That's one that doesn't get a lot of praise, and more people should definitively check that one out. I hope you enjoyed this review of The Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Hope you're having a nice day wherever in the world you are, and thank you for watching Cinema Terror.